right up. The Celtics taking on the Heat. For the Celtics, the win here would earn the 5th best win percentage in the NBA. Another waypoint in what's been an impressive season. Heat, Celtics on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show. Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics playing against the Miami Heat at American Airlines Arena. For the Heat, they've been a dangerous team to face all season and have compiled the 4th best record in the Eastern Conference. Winding down the backstretch, Shaq. Every team looking to finish the season strong. It's kind of like a horse race.
Yeah, for the playoff teams, they want momentum going in. Nothing builds confidence like a hot streak.
Is that the horse? He's moving. He's moving. Get away. And down the stretch they come. Secretariat. Secretariat? Oh, my gosh. You have anything to say about this?
Well, rebuilding teams, they like a high note. They like closing strong. A positive outlook. Heading into the last offseason, it's Ernie Johnson for the win.
Oh, just got beaten by a nose.
Hello and thanks for joining us at Noche La NBA, the NBA's celebration of Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. DA, take it away.
Well, the maturity and poise of a young Jason Tatum has often been talked about. Maybe that's because his parents prepared him for the NBA from an early age in St. Louis. They had pretend press conferences using a hairbrush as the microphone. You can say he's been groomed for this. It's paying off, guys.
Yeah, they dotted every I and crossed every T. David, thank you. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Taking a look at Boston. Right now, they're locked into 3rd place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs. And, of course, Miami. They're just sitting one spot down, right on their heels.
And right now for Miami, they've moved toward the postseason with one of the best records in the league. Safe to say, this is not where most people thought they'd be at this stage of the year.
Yeah, here they are. And at this point, you've got to think they're set up to make a serious run in the postseason.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Brown and Hayward, they're the wings. Jason Tatum is out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Walker in at the 1. And for the Heat, they've got Jimmy Butler. Bam Adebayo is out there with Jones. And it's Robinson. And it's Nunn in at the point. And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
I love how Jimmy Butler let the play develop, how he's learned to trust his vision.
They swipe it. Here's Nunn. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. And here's Boston. 4-point game. Nice ball movement by Boston. And here's Tatum for 3. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And really an advanced feel for scoring the basketball. Tatum picks and chooses his shots nicely.
Nunn passes to Jones. Robinson against Brown. Outside Butler. It's stolen by Brown. One-on-one here. And Brown throws Lays it down hard.
And Brown runs the floor like a freight train. At 225 pounds, he's a mammoth that wrecks defenses in transition.
And here are the Heat now. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
Hopefully they exercise better caution in this game and avoid cheap fouls that could get them in trouble again.
Tips it up. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Nunn. Trains the three-pointer. Nunn's got 5 now.
Matching baskets from the perimeter and earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Brown, good.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Nunn passes to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. For Miami, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Robinson passes to Jones, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. And that makes it a tie ball game. Steve, we know it's a long season for the players, but talk about the coaches.
Kevin, you've seen it. Those coaches that are on a hot seat, they have those bags under their eyes, they'll sleep. Those coaches that have a long contract and they're winning, they're pretty good. And I think the coaches that sleep well is the coaches that have teams that they know that kind of run themselves.
And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Tatum drives in. Count the basket. 5 points in the game.
This is the patience we talk about. Hayward waiting that extra half second, finds the open man.
Here's Jones. Lays it up off the glass.
Great pass to set your man up with a high percentage look.
For Boston, they've gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Got that bucket in no time at all. 8 points for Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Robinson, that's good.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Boston's gone 4 of 6 from long range here early on. Hayward can't hit. Miami's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Kicks it out to Jones. And the Heat, another 3.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
And you wonder how long they can keep it going. At some point, you expect the defense will adjust.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. And Smitty, you talk about players who can just be vicious to the rim. Wow. Derek Jones is on that list.
Yes, he can dunk the ball with so much force. You feel the building shake. So scary when he's coming down the paint to catch a pass because of his insane leaping ability.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. So Boston going with almost an entire new group. Ennis Cantor's checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Jason Tatum. Smart's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. And so here is Miami following Jaylen Brown's 3. And the basket by Olynyk.
And really the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
Bounce pass from Smart. And here's Brown outside. And again, Boston with the triple.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Miami trailing. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That is his first foul of the game. So it's Miami now. Here's Dragic. Trying to get open is Crowder. It's hauled in by Wanamaker. Cantor finds Williams. Count that one. He's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first.
And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Now you look at the career of Dragic, Greg, he's always been a scoring point guard.
Yeah, and as Dragic has aged, he has learned to lean more and more on his outside shot. Even when his first step and speed start to falter, he'll find ways to put up points.
51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Williams for 3, and it's Miami with the rebound. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind. And Crowder slams it in.
And we'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
And so here is Miami after Marcus Smart missing on that last 3-pointer. This one for 3. Good. And the nice assist for Williams.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
The Heat shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That one is off.
Well, he was a champion in Italy. We see what Dragic has done in the NBA. He's had a solid career, and he's still evolving.
He hits the second from the line. Here's Wanamaker. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Brown. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
And you aren't going to slow down Brown when he's scoring the ball like this. He is simply on a tear.
Shoots from the high post. Dragic gets the bucket.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Back to the action after this word. With his college coach, Brad Stevens, he said they go way back.
Our relationship started when I was in high school. He came to my morning workouts and really recruited me at Butler and was kind of the first guy that I think believed in me that I could make it to the next level.
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now a veteran in this league, while Stevens has moved into the conversation for one of the better young coaches in our league.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Miami, they've got Dragic. Myers Leonard is out there with Hero. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's Silva in at the power forward. Celtics have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East. And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Pass to Crowder. And Crowder puts it in.
Very tall point guard. Goran Dragic sees the entire floor. Terrific look.
Crowder, the pass to Hero. And the call will be against Brad Wanamaker. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3. before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Adebayo against Williams. Here's Leonard. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And that's where the added muscle Hayward has put on during his career comes into play. So effective in combating an aggressive defense.
And stolen by Hayward. And Hayward with the stop.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
Here's Robinson, and he converts the layup. Robinson's got 5.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Hayward can't hit.
Still trying to find the range. He hit one in the first quarter. Nothing since.
Leonard. That's it. And he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
For 3, Hayward. A three-pointer is right on target. Hayward's got 7 points for the quarter.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Nunn passes to Butler. And another basket for Miami.
Jimmy Butler, great feel for the mid-range game and is where his jumper's most accurate.
Here's Walker. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Walker's got his second basket of the night. We see a lot of big men creating offense, Smitty. Who's on your list for perhaps the best outlet passer in the game right now?
Let's start off. I would say Kevin Love is one of those guys who still is, I think, the best outlet passer as a big. Jokic, also Blake Griffin, some of those guys can really pass. DeMarcus Cousins, those are some of the bigs that have great outlet passes.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up. Well, they say players are made in the summertime, and that's Jimmy Butler's favorite time of year. He calls it grimy season. Gets out in the country and puts in that work.
That free throw missing. And Greg, those summertime workouts for Butler, they are something.
I mean, they sure are. He calls them bandanas and buckets. Grows his hair out, 2-a-days, hot yoga, intentionally isolated from the hustle and bustle of the big city. It gives him an excuse to really just lock in.
Here's Nunn, following the three-pointer by Boston. And the dunk by Olenek.
Yeah, he can surprise you around the rim. Olenek has some lift.
Fires from the corner. And Smart with the basket on the assist by Walker. Smart's got 5.
And that's what you want to see. Good fundamental sound basketball with the bounce pass.
Passes it to Butler. A minute 42 left in the first half. Pass to Nunn. A 3-ball. Doesn't go for him. Now Boston takes it the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Miami called for the foul.
And you always know what you're going to get from Walker from the line. He's been a solid, consistent free throw shooter his entire career.
That's good from Walker.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
Jones checked in for Miami. Nunn, that's good.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Tatum, that's for 2. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 4 assists in the game. And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
Tice, no good. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Here's Nunn. Connects from three-point range. Nunn's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's a shot the defense looked like it was willing to give up. Big mistake.
Smart dishes to Tatum. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Miami's gotten gold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Celtics making a change here. Wanamaker's checked in. There's 25 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And Olynyk kicks to Dragic. Stolen by Walker. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Pulls up. Poked away. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Tatum. And here's Dragic. He has 6. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And that'll do it for the first half of competitive game so far. Celtics lead by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league. When you look at your career now versus when you came in, how different is it?
Much different. I think on the floor, I'm supposed to do a lot more on both ends of the floor. And off the floor, I think it's still the same. People recognize my hair.
Well, it is a unique style. Jimmy, thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. It was a big-time first quarter for Jaylen Brown. He had 23 points, 2 steals, and 1 assist. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, they were lighting it up from 3, and that was the difference in the first half. They did a good job of running off screens, spotting up, and getting rid of the ball quickly. And their shot selection, solid.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Heat?
Well, the reserves came in to play like starters. Gave us some big points off the bench. It would be no surprise to see them get more minutes in the second half. They definitely. Though sometimes when you get more minutes, you get exposed. We shall see.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward, and Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Where you always have confidence in the Heat organization is at the top. Pat Riley with 9 championship rings as a player, as an assistant coach, as a head coach, and as a team president. He knows how to win from every perspective.
Hayward can't hit. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that'll be the third of the 4 straight at home.
I love his mindset on that drive, Jimmy Butler. No one wants to get in his way when he's on the attack.
You're right, Steve. You look at Riley's career, most people are just looking to accomplish one of the things he's done.
Kevin, he has a great mind. He's incredibly driven. He understands how to motivate people and he understands what's important to focus on.
Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Butler's got 10.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Brown, the shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 4 assists now tonight.
And love how assured Brown looks taking these shots. His mid-range game is on point. He's squaring up like that.
Yes, that goes in. He's got 6.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Hayward on the wing over Butler. Hayward can't hit.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And Robinson wide open, he shoots. And again, Miami with the triple.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of pad. They are rolling.
Brown outside. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answer each other from range.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Heat. Euro comes in for Robinson. The Celtics also with a sub. Williams is checked in. Down low, here's Hero. And the layup is good. And the Heat lead by 3.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Brown outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Brown's got 8 points in the quarter.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes it.
You know why? Success breeds confidence, and he's certainly been successful from there, time and time again.
Celtics trail by 3. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Williams has got his first bucket of the night.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's going to be.
Hero, no good. The Celtics have gone 6 and 9 for the 4 here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
That one goes. Count it. And it's a 6-point Boston lead. Miami's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's foul number 2 for him. Several teams changing it up here. That's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
Here's Hero. He has 7. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. First trip to the line for him here. First one falls for him. No good on the second free throw. Well, lately we have seen star players changing teams more often. Shorter contracts, player options. Smitty, is there any downside to any of that?
You know, I think the downside is from a fan standpoint, you get invested in a player and he's moved in like 2 or 3 years. I think it should be where if a player wants to sign a longer-term contract with the organization, that should be a rule in play. But right now with these shorter contracts and player options, there's going to always be a lot of movement.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Now here's Crowder. Marcus Smart missing that last shot. Crowder goes in. Dragic with a wide open look. It's 3-pointers off the mark. Celtics leading by 5. And Cantor wide open. He shoots. And again, Boston with the triple.
They've given up a lot of 3-pointers here today.
The Heat have got 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great 3rd quarter for them offensively. Jumps up. And Cantor throws it down.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Miami's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Chalk up 2 there. Cantor's got the lead up to 12 now for Boston.
Defense leading to offense. Another turnover and another basket.
There's 53 seconds left to play in the third. Dragic, good look. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And this team's struggles are not his fault. He's putting in work at the offensive end.
Smart, and he uses the glass on the layup. Smart's got 7.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And here's Dragic. He'll bring it up for Miami. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. The shot, no good. Here's Smart. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. 9 points for Marcus Smart.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Olynyk has the open look. And Boston with the rebound. Cantor's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Smart with the drive. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Here's Hero. Offensive rebound. Olynyk can't hit. And so it's Boston with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. Right back after this break. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Now, as we add stops and add scores, don't let the little things get us off kilter, okay? Play with poise. Let's go.
That's clearly Greg trying to keep his team on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, really challenging his guys right now, encouraging them to just stay focused on the task at hand.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Jake Crowder out there with Kelly Olynyk. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Dragic. And it's Iguodala in at the 2. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Now here's Iguodala. Jones, the pass to Olynyk. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And Smart the bucket on the assist by Tatum. Smart's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for Boston. Robinson against Brown. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Miami. And a change for the Celtics. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him. Kemba Walker is checked in for Brad Wanamaker.
Well, when you watch Goran Dragic play, you can tell the precision that he has with his movement and footwork. But as pretty as his game is, he has a bit of edge to him. Very fiery player.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Looks smart when the shots are going down.
And Smitty, as you alluded to with Dragic, he's gotten in more confrontations than you would think.
He's a scrapper and does whatever it takes to win. Reminds me of a little bit of John Stockton with that mentality. But that's exactly the kind of mindset you want from your lead guard.
Here's Adebayo. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Jones. And Jones with the stuff.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback. Nice shot by Smart.
And this is where Smart's at his best, being aggressive, going towards the rim.
Stolen by Walker. And Walker with a clear path to the hoop. And slam dunk by Smart.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Stolen by Smart. Finished off the break. 15 points for Kemba Walker.
Terrific steal. Smart doesn't take a lot of chances, but knows when to pick his spot.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Well, we know, Steve, the NBA looking at lowering the draft eligibility age from 19 to 18. The one-and-dones would be gone. You like the move?
I do like the move, Kevin. I would just love to have a lot of things in place for these younger guys, whether they're 18, 19, some guys at 25. There's something in place to help these guys, especially with some of the things that having problems with off the court and also financially. Have some kind of third eye to be able to help these guys.
And this is where the G League comes into play, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
And so Jones nails both of them.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Tice, no good.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
The first free throw is good. And you look at Jimmy Butler. He's about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
Not only is he a deadly shooter from out there, but he is towering over his defender.
The Heat have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. And Adebayo throws it down.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
And Smart the bucket on the assist by Walker. And that's now 19 points for Marcus Smart.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
They get it back. Adebayo, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Jason Tatum.
Clearly a foul.
And the first one drops. And Bam Adebayo. He just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size.
Shots good by Walker.
And that is how he rolls. A prolific scorer. Walker's been calling his own number tonight.
Timeout called, the Heat. Well, guys, you talk about players coming in and with a huge impact. Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Rare do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum. Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jaylen Brown.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He's been their pulse tonight, the player who's guided them to the win, and it's a win they needed coming off a loss in their last one. Adebayo passes to Jones. Robinson for 3. It's rebounded by Tice. Boston's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. For 3, Hayward. That shot off. Some solid defense from Butler. Lets it go from deep. Hits it from three-point range. Butler's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Tonight, Butler's been ferocious, got into a rhythm early, and has been able to sustain that effort.
Drills it from outside.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Up again. Boston leading by 22. Shoots. Quick shot there, and it's off target. The Heat have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Smart. And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. And a new group in for the Celtics. Enes Kanter's checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Jason Tatum. Shemi Ojeley's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Green in for Smart. Hill looking around. Now spinning the leaves unveiled a new way for fans to watch. 99 cents. You get a 10-minute viewing pass for every out-of-market game. That's something.
I love it, Kevin, because I think a lot of times with social media, people are starting talking about a game, and you can jump right in and get a chance to catch the most important part of the game.
And making it so affordable.
Yes, indeed. 99 cents. That sounds good to me.
Now Dragic after Enes Kanter's three-pointer that didn't go. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. From downtown, Williams. And Williams is right there.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it's really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Boston.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought. An all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jaylen Brown.
Shouldering the load for them all night offensively. He came in focused, ready to go, and he delivered.
That free throw, no good. And Steve, over the last half-decade, Andre Iguodala has been a force off the bench.
People get so worried about who starts a game, but who finishes a game is more important. During crunch time, you can always count on Iguodala. He's such a smart player who comes through when it matters.
Edwards, he's checked in for Kemba Walker. And he ends up missing both free throws.
Well, all good things must come to an end. Iguodala was shipped out from the Warriors last year to clear room for D'Angelo Russell. Traded to the Grizzlies to make room for the Warriors in the Russell deal. Ultimately, I think will have a great legacy for his time with Golden State. Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Here's Ojeley, bangs home the trifecta.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Iguodala with the bucket.
Just an exceptional job by Iggy, imposing his will down inside with his strong frame.
Edwards passes to Green. From deep three-point range, the offensive rebound, Kanter, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
Now, here's Dragic. That one good for two.
You know, Goran Dragic has a tight handle. Really allows him to get anywhere on the court he needs to be.
And the three ball is good.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Interesting approach coming down the stretch. Looking to rack up points in chunks.
Yeah, that's a bad move there. Stops the clock and puts the other side on the line.
Both good from the line that time. Here's Green. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.